There are 3 dates for this. It is the 31st of October that those that were killed or died of causes that were not natural would come to visit their homes. Also, on the 1st of November, the children, and on the 2nd of November, the adults. So this altar that you are looking at is to celebrate all the death of Rancho La Puerta, all the workers and all the people that have been here as guests, but especially the owner of the ranch that passed away, Professor Edmund Sekeli, and his son Alejandro. And what you see here is a huge traditional altar where you have all the things that tradition has declared that there should be in an altar. We're going to start by the path made out of petals of cempasúchil, which is in America would be marigold, and this is for the spirits to follow the path to the altar. And then we put candles around, so in case that they come at nighttime, they will be able to see how to get to the altar. And in this case, we also put clothing. In this situation, we have a t-shirt that used to belong to Alexander Seke, who is the son of the owner, and his favorite sandals, and his guitar. And then we put money in case he needs money, and then we put keys to different places in case that he needs to open a certain lock. And also we have like a couple of dogs in there that might be helpful according to the Aztec tradition to make the trip to the beyond. And the money also is there in case that the dogs decide to charge a little bit. I hope that by now you have understood that this is all mythology. We know that nothing happens, but we celebrate anyhow. And then we have the altar with the favorite food of whoever the altar is dedicated to. And then we have the piñatas, because it's a happy occasion that they are coming home. And then we have the sugar candy that is in the figures of the skulls, and that's also a candy that could be eaten in Mexico. The children eat that today especially. And then we have more flowers. Then we have water, we have honey, we have a lot of sugar cane, just in case the spirit is coming from a place that is very sour, you know, or not comfortable. So he has all these goodies to enjoy while he is back at home. Then we also have the papier-mâché, all the papier-mâché in the figures of skeletons. Well, that's Mexicans are about the only culture that make fun of death, and that's a way to dress them up as a bride, as a groom, or as a call girl, or whatever. You know, it's just a joke. And then we have the typical paper for this occasion is tissue paper that has been cut, and all the figures are related to that. Also, we have pan de muerto. Pan de muerto is a traditional bread for this occasion, and the pan de muerto is prepared not with milk, not with water, but with orange blossom tea. And as we can see, the pan de muerto, it comes in figures as a male or female, and the pan de muerto is delicious. Now that you're looking at the pan de muerto, there you have beans, and you have arroz con leche, and fish, tortillas, tamales, chile rellenos, mole, rice, all the Mexican delicacies that the departed loved. And of course, there is a glass of water if you're thirsty. There is a glass with honey, just to make it more comfortable. And plenty of candy, the delicious Mexican candy all over the place. And then you have white flowers to symbolize purity. And then you have the typical cempasúchil, which is yellow and orange. And then you have a basket with all kinds of vegetables and fruits. And then we have a lot of chiles, because in Mexico, chili is used for almost every dish. So, as we can see, we have the death lady right there in front of us in the middle. And then we have the groom. And then we have the bride and the groom. And then we have some little skeletons that represent children. And if this altar were to be dedicated to children, we would have their toys. And if it was dedicated to somebody that did manual work, we would have their working artifacts. So pretty much the entire life of the soul of the dead is represented here. Like we also have the petate. The petate is that like a blanket made out of palm tree, and that's where in Mexico a lot of people take their nap in the petates so their backs are straight. So we have the petate for the spirit to rest, and then we have a chair for the spirit to sit, and then we have the sugar cane once again so that he would feel that life is happiness, and that there isn't anything sour in here. Today is a beautiful day for the dead, And of course, some people tell you that they left the water in the altar all night, and when they woke up, a little bit of it was gone, and that a little bit of the food was gone. But we know it's just mythology, We know the spirits never leave home anyhow. They stay with us in our minds. But this is very interesting. It's what Mexico is all about. And this altar is a syncretic altar because it takes things from the Indians and from Christianity, and we'll put them together. As you can see the signs in there, we have the cross for the Christians, and then we have the Star of David because the professor was Jewish, saw his son. And then we have a circle for all religions. So we use salt because the Aztecs used to use salt to preserve the bodies of the dead. And they would color them like in pink. Pink was a favorite color of the Aztecs. The Mayans used blue. It's very interesting how it would differ. And then all the piñatas and the paper and a lot of these things that we have, they are Chinese. And all that tells us is that probably the first people that came to this continent came from China. So that's about it. This is a great celebration. This is done at home, or it could be done at the cemetery. This morning I went to take flowers to my family, and I was amazed of how many musicians were playing music in the cemetery. People hire them and then just play their favorite songs, It's very interesting.
Nice. And what's your name?
My name is Jose Flores, and I'm professor at the University of Baja California in Tijuana.